Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy, Jonny Empire. Right back, tuning into another episode of Streets Never Sleep Radio, right here on 88.7 FM, WNHU, at the University of New Haven. Right beside me, we got my co-host,
Doc Saki, the Perp Lord, as you heard before, 203-860. What it do?
Yes, sir, man. We're out here. So like we said in the beginning, man, we got a special guest here tonight by the name of Mr. Freeze from Waterbury. Say what up, man.
What's good, man?
How are those headphones treating you? Good?
I got it in my left ear.
You got on your left ear? All right, we'll try and
We're not going to worry about technical difficulties now, damn it.
Nah, it's all good, man.
It's too late. We've crossed that bridge already.
We figured those were better than those big bulky ones there.
Yeah.
Those are a little dated.
I'm used to, problems in headphones. It's the story of my life.
I hear you, man. That's any artist.
Rapper
man.
problems.
Yeah, exactly.
You walk into like someone's like basement to do a track.
And the headphones
you got one headphone that works, and then it's like kind of like, and it's like, oh, you can't hear your vocals though when I play it back either.
They need to get
rapper problems.
Exactly, man. That could be the new album.
But I won't bore you guys with that.
Yo, man, but welcome. Yo, I mean, you've been someone, I've been listening to Connecticut hip-hop for a while, and, you're someone I've definitely been listening to the past couple years. I was listening to you back in high school, like when Burn All the Bodies came out, around that era, So, I know about the music, man, so we're happy to have you here.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I've been around. You just made me feel old, but that's
No. Experience.
Yeah, I got into the game young, and I'm still going at it. It's been like over 10 years now, but I'm still going strong.
Word, man. Now, where'd you even come up with the name Mr. Freeze? Like, are you a big Batman fan?
I am a Batman fan, and I always root for the bad guy, but I actually got the name when I was I used to do a lot of battles before I actually started like doing songs professionally. So like, but not like professional battles. Like I don't want to get that confused, because then people ask me that question and then they start asking me about all these battles that I don't know anything about, and I look stupid because I don't know anything about the battle scene right now. But like, I would like battle kids, like walk up on them and just like I would just like try to because I wanted some attention, and that's how most people become a rapper, I think. So
right.
I just wanted to like be somebody. So I would like try to show who I was with rapping. So I like walked up on some kids one time at like fireworks in Naugatuck, and these kids were battling, and like this one kid was like better than everybody, so I battled him, and then like at the end everybody was like, oh, he like had nothing to say, like I shut him down, and then everybody was like, oh shit, he froze him. Oh my bad, I froze. I swore.
Oh, that's all cool,
good.
man. We didn't even hear anything.
We didn't. Oh yeah, I don't know.
You know what we got to bring back?
Yeah,
we have an imaginary swear jar here. We got to put a fake dollar in every
right.
time. So every time
we
swear, we'll do that gesture.
I would owe you guys damn near a lot of money.
It's just Dutch money. That's all.
That's all good.
Nah, we've had some guests here, man, that have gone all out.
You're like, you gotta go, man. You're just too much.
A couple guests bought us a pack of Dutches.
Oh, nice.
A couple of them.
Say a prayer on the way out.
Exactly. Yo, but tell everybody. I mean, what kind of music do you make?
I like to consider myself a hip hop artist. I don't know, man. I guess I just do whatever I feel, and I really can't put any kind of a title on myself, because I feel like I'm still growing as an artist.
Good.
I don't really know where I'm gonna be, 5 years from now, but hopefully it's progressing towards what I'm trying to be, and that's just like well-rounded, universal artist.
Word, man. That's what's up.
I'm trying to catch everybody's ear these days.
You got to, man. It's the only way to be.
Absolutely, man. So now you said you've been rapping for about over 10 years now. Do you remember when exactly it was you first started to pick up the pen and pad? Or
I was in the 8th grade.
8th grade?
I started. I had a friend, and I started messing. He was like my friend, so I tried to make him try to rap with me, and he kind of tried, but then fell off with it, and I kept going. He was like, man, you gotta actually try to rhyme, because you're actually really good at it. And then when I got to high school, it just got real serious, and then I dropped out, did bad things, and then started my rap career.
Hey, there you go.
I got my GED though.
Good, man.
From my mother.
Good.
I did that.
It's always a good.
I could have gone to college. You guys stayed in school. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, man. Man, it's not what all the hype
I chose
is,
the
man.
rapper life, so basically, like, if I fail, like, damn.
But the rapper life chose you, though.
It did.
Absolutely.
I mean, I look at it like you got to be crazy to do what to pursue being a professional musician or rapper, because it's like do or die, man. It's like you either make it or you don't. So it's like you either are considered a genius when you succeed, or your whole family hates you when you fail.
Yeah.
and everybody despises you for everything that you did.
You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that, because today I was on Facebook. I came across someone posted up a link from complex.com, and it's like the 10 reasons why you shouldn't become a rapper.
Right.
Oh, I think I read that.
And it was funny because I mean, you know, some of them are funny. It's like, if you're a girl rapper, sex sells. You got to do that. It's like, don't become
I think I saw
rapper.
that. Yeah.
But you know, one of them was like, you know, that people don't even understand the financial end of it. You know, even the people that are out there right now spent thousands and thousands of their own money to invest in just getting their stuff out there.
Right.
I mean, they're probably not even making. You know, I mean,
even a quarter of that back.
If you do enough touring, like
it depends on how you look at it. I mean, I come from an era when there wasn't as many rappers as there is now. You know what I mean? The difference, I don't really worry about that because I'm separated from all these like mediocre people that are trying to rap that really don't and aren't really professional with it. Like, that's not knocking anybody, but I'm not worried about there being, you know, millions of dudes out there trying to rap right now. I'm not really worried about that because I know I stand out from the crowd. But, you know, I just come from a different era, man, where, you know, you just had to, it was basically about skill. And now the game has changed completely.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I've had my ups and downs in my career. You know what I mean? I've had good moments. I've had bad moments. You know what I mean? It depends on, you know, what you're trying to do. But I'm always progressing. And I'm always moving forward. And that's the only reason I keep doing this, because I would have stopped a long time ago, because I'm not crazy. I'm a smart dude. Like,
exactly,
I would have hung it up a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, and you're talking to somebody that was, you know, approached it by Epic Records at age 15 and you know, almost signed a development deal but didn't, you know what I mean? And like, I'm one of those guys, but like, that's not where my legacy ends, you know what I mean? Because here I am, you know, over 10 years later, still doing it, and the music keeps coming and people still keep liking it, so.
Word, man.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, you know, you've, you know, like I said, I mean, I've been listening to you for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, I know you dropped the projects, The Righteous Path and Red Snow, which was like 2007.
A little different than my first record.
2009. You know, now, do you have any projects that came out after that, or?
I contributed to a couple compilation albums and mixtapes with Lethal Records.
Okay. Was that out of Connecticut?
Yeah, I contributed to Something Awful album, which was Fury, local Connecticut artist Fury, and Bizarre D12.
Okay.
But yeah, this is my first release solo since 2009.
Yeah, man.
So
I was
been
gonna
a minute.
So
I'm not gone, but this is my approach back to being solo for sure.
Word, man. I mean, if you don't mind us asking, I mean, what was the 6-year wait to release
the hiatus?
another?
I was kind of like doing a group thing. I mean, I guess you guys didn't know about that, but that's
that's cool.
I moved to Arizona for a little while. I started doing some things out there, and then when I came back in 2010, I linked up with Lethal Records. We started doing like a boatload of shows. Like, it was basically about touring and getting out there and spreading the name and all stuff, and we did that.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm just trying to do the solo thing and get this back going, because this is where, you know, this is my roots and this is where I belong. You know, I've always been a solo artist, and I just need to get back out there doing what I feel creatively I should be doing.
Of course, man.
Word.
What you got from him, man?
Now, can you speak on the preparation and, I guess, the recording process itself of the new album, Mr. Gone Bad?
I wrote it over a 3-year period, but basically what I started with the first year I was making it, you don't hear on this record. It was basically, I didn't really know where I was going with it. I knew, I'm a very, like, I'm a weird kind of guy, so, like, I was kind of looking at this like, well, man, this is, like, my last album. Like, if this album doesn't work, like, I'm done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I don't necessarily feel like that right now, because I could still see, you know, when something is a work in progress.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And the album just dropped yesterday, so but going back 3 years, I was a little frustrated coming off my second album. So when I started making it, I had a different mindset, and then it kind of changed concept-wise of what I was originally doing with it. The first year recording it into the second, so like, yeah, it took a while, but I basically made what you hear the last 3, like, going back over the past 3 months of this year.
Okay.
Like, basically what you hear, like, so it was like 3 years making it, but it really, again, what you hear, it was like a 3-month process that I turned it up and like lit the match and got it going.
Word, man.
Okay, so you mean it was written over the years, but
yeah, like I had done,
did the recording.
I had pieced some things together and done some things and reworked some songs and re-recorded them and got everything ready for it. But yeah, like,
gotcha.
Basically like 3 months.
Word,
Now, who are some cats? I mean, I guess local and or just in general in the game, who are some cats that you listen to, I guess, that influenced you to rap, or you know, just cats that overall you could say like you like
the reason I started rapping was because I saw a Cypress Hill video when I was like 6. And my mom was like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "You can't be watching this." And I was like, "Why?" And that made it more appealing to me. So that's pretty much where it all came from, man. Ever since then, I was like just intrigued by hip hop.
Word, man.
So like, but I'm influenced by. I mean, I have more old school roots. I don't know. I'm a huge Biggie fan. I don't like to sound cliche. I mean, like Onyx was a huge influence on me. Nowadays, I mean, personally, my favorite rapper is Slug from Atmosphere. That's my favorite rapper.
Oh yeah, dude, his stuff is timeless.
And it took me a while to really realize that he is my favorite rapper, because I've been listening to him for years. But you know, and he's not usually the type of guy that comes off a lot of people's mouth willingly. Like a lot of people don't like to admit that they listen to him a lot. But like, man, I'm a serious fan of Atmosphere.
Yo, he's worked with Kanye. He's worked with everybody.
Yeah,
like,
and it's not, you know, and I've been listening to him for years, and like, and I respect his grind. And you know, when people talk about like, you know, when they talk about independent powerhouses, they think of like Strange Music.
Right.
They think of like, you know, even like going into other things like Suburban Noise Records, even Psychopathic Records, ICP stuff. You know what I mean? But people don't really realize Rhymesayers is like a multi-million-dollar business. Going off of really just them as the forefront of the label. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's other artists on there, Brother Ali. There's a bunch of guys that contribute and stuff like that. But you know, like think about that for a second there. And like,
no, of course,
people should be taking notes. But yeah, let me get off his balls first.
Nah. But I mean, here's a quick question on the side. I mean, would you even consider, you know, Rhymesayers, you know, within the recent years, like one of the, you know, independent powerhouses, like really taking time to go the independent route? Like, and you feel like a lot of people today are starting to follow that?
I think it's what I think people like them or what other people want to be independently these days. You know, it used to be like people like Master P, you know what I mean? Those were the label, and even Cash Money, those are the labels that people wanted to be like, because they built it all from a trunk of a car to being, you know, distributed nationwide, even internationally. You know what I mean? On their own dollar, on their own money, you know, no financial backers, nothing. You know, nowadays everybody's looking for a handout.
Yeah.
You know, and like sometimes you have to, you know, there are some cases where, you know, some people can't be sold as, you know, that kind of package. They're just a rapper, you know what I mean?
Right.
Other people have the tools and the vision to guide other artists, or, you know, and have the mindset to, you know, have merchandise and know how to run a business and things like that.
Right.
Some people don't know how to do stuff like that, you know what I mean? I'm still learning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of
I've been a little slow with some of my tactics towards hip hop, because you know, again, I come from, you know, a place where like I just got on a microphone and rapped, and I got attention that way. You know what I mean? Now I've had to rethink my whole plan to this.
Yeah.
It's just what you have to do now that's the internet age. Like, you can't expect the same outcome 10 years ago to happen now in 2014.
Of course, nah. Of course,
not
not.
gonna happen.
It's a different.
That's
time,
for any
man.
rapper. That's for any rapper that's out today. I don't care if you have the biggest budget. Even Drake, if he came out 10 years ago, he would have made a lot more money. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but now, because the thing is, when it comes to it, like, you know, like what's it called? Labels these days aren't even going to contribute to your hustle unless they see the artist bubbling on their own.
You know, major labels are not taking chances these days. You know what I mean? They've seen too much of their money go wasting it on somebody that didn't produce anything. So they're pretty much not investing in you until you've pretty much done all the work yourself.
Exactly.
And they know it's a sure thing. Like, okay, we know we're gonna make some money back here. Like, even if he only sells like 50,000 copies, we'll still make some money. You know what I mean? But that's when you know, people think like, oh, Tyler the Creator came out of nowhere. No, he was, you know, he was young, but he was building his name before that. They jumped on the bandwagon after he was already probably going to blow up. That happens with everybody. You know, Kendrick Lamar, same kind of situation. You know what I mean?
And he was with Black Wall Street with Game.
He almost was signed, you know, to Strange Music, you know, with Tech Nine, because he was touring with him. He was the hype man for J-Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how he got discovered. You know what I mean? But all the, every time you see, that's the thing, the misconception that people have. I hate to hate on people, but, I meet local rappers all the time, and it's like, oh, yeah, talk to my manager. It's like, bro, I've been doing this for like 13 years. Like, I don't know who your manager is, but like, unless he's like managing you to Interscope Records and you're talking to Jimmy Iovine, like, you don't have a manager. He's not your manager. Your cousin's not your manager.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a manager. I've been doing this for so long. Until you, managers don't come until you are about to literally blow up. That's when they step in. They're like, well,
yeah,
let me introduce you to this man, and then I'll.
Here's what I could do.
Because you're about to make millions of dollars, and I want to be there with you to do that. That's what managers do, bro. You know what I mean? And like, that's what a manager is, and that's no offense. That's just what the game is. Like, yeah, they need. I will need a manager eventually, but like right now, I am my manager. You know what I mean? So, and that's not knocking anybody. Like, if your cousin that works at Subway is your manager, that's fine.
Yeah. There are plenty of stories like that, especially nowadays.
Yeah,
with the internet age.
Just keep it real. You know what I mean? I meet a lot of female artists. Same thing. Like, you gotta talk to the manager. It's like he just wants to hit it.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? He just wants to hit you.
Hey man, you're not wrong.
I'll keep it real with you.
So now, speaking of the local rappers, what's your thoughts on the CT hip hop scene as a whole? And who do you rock with out here that's doing their thing?
I like Cryptic. I like Explicit. I like Maddie Cypher.
Shout out Maddie.
Yeah.
I like a lot of people, man. I like Political Animals.
Shout out.
I like anybody that's
Animals.
building for the scene, man. Anybody. Donnie Menace, he's in Vegas now, but he's from Connecticut. He's always still repping Connecticut.
Same thing, man. I was listening to Donnie around that same time. Try and get him to come on the show.
Yeah,
you guys will come together.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, he's in Vegas. I could definitely get him to call in, or definitely when he comes by, I could set up something for you guys for sure, man.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That's
Both of you will
homie.
come through.
Shout out to Donnie Menace.
Word up, man. And I mean, it's good. It's good to really see you, rocking. Like you said, you've been doing it for so long. You don't consider yourself just a local rapper anymore.
I mean, I've definitely made the step to national touring acts.
Of course.
And that's basically where my focus is at now, is building this label and getting back on the road.
What's the label?
Mercy Counts Records. I'm back to my old. I was originally distributed through Long Range Distribution.
Yeah.
Which was out of Michigan. Eminem's old manager. Shameless plug. Throw that in there. But,
word, man.
Yeah. So, but I've stepped away from that. I'm doing it all myself now, man. Building the label. We got Artist Explicit. Repping the label now and all that stuff. So we're building and we're doing things.
Word, man, that's what's up. So let everybody know where they can find your stuff and where they can cop Mr. Gone Bad, because the album cover is looking crazy, man. I really dig this.
You can get it's available digitally on iTunes, because I know people don't really like hard copies these days. But if you do want a hard copy, you can go to mercycountsmerch.bigcartel.com. And I'm also available on Amazon, CD Baby. You could turn on Slacker Radio and hear me for free.
Word, man.
I mean, whatever you want to do, whatever it is. As long as the music's getting out there, that's all that really matters to me now.
Of course, man.
I'm not trying to make money off this right now. I just want people to hear this. Like, it's just about people hearing this and realizing that if you live in Connecticut and you like hip hop music, like, I am doing this for you. You know what I mean? And I hate to sound like one of those guys. I just feel like people sometimes these days just need you. It's like when you're about to blow up, that's when people jump on and they're like, yeah, I always supported that dude. Like, don't be that guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't be that guy that gets on too late,
Right. And you know what? I mean, that already separates you from others, because there's so many people that'll dig into that and feed into that stuff. I feel like if you're your own person, like people say, F the middleman if they're doing all this independently. I actually agree with you. The comment about the managers, like, if you claim to be your own person, I mean, even if it's talking
I'm
about
not too humble to be, because people feel like they need to put on the persona, and they're like, oh, well, I have a manager, so that makes me an important person.
My boys on the way here, man, the persona and rap. And,
I am what I am, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not too proud to tell you that I sit behind a computer and I do all this myself 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean? I have a couple people that help me, and I have things but it's all on me now, man. It's no one else. It's
Word
just
up.
me.
Yeah, man. I mean, but it's good to hear stuff like that. For real.
I mean, and I wouldn't want it any other way, because I've been in situations where I relied on other people, and I've had to follow somebody else's vision or sometimes it's better to just fail on your own than it is like following somebody else's lead. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, it gives you a better chance to like discover what went wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's all a learning process, and here I am, 27 years old. You know what I mean? And I'm considered to some people like a veteran in this game, but like, man, I'm still new, and I'm still producing good stuff, and I still consider myself to be like an up and coming, rising rapper in this game, and I'm definitely trying to prove that.
That's what's up, man.
And I will not stop until it happens. So you people better get that through your heads.
Well, I mean, they got to listen to Mr. Gone Bad. I mean, you didn't drop that for nothing.
Definitely need to cop that out. Mr. Gone Bad, $9.99, iTunes.com. Get it digitally.
That iTunes money.
That iTunes we making that iTunes money.
Yeah. Now, before we get into a record off your tape, which is it's off your album, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into that, let everybody know where they can contact you. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
You can hit me up on FreezeCT at Facebook.com. You can hit me up at what is my Twitter? Does anybody know my Twitter? I don't remember what my Twitter is.
Freeze.
I know, and my Instagram is freeze_CT. And we got the Mercy Counts merch store, the mercycountsmerch.bigcartel.com.
All right, no doubt, man. Well, do us a favor, talk us into this new record.
This is my new song, Jumping from Planes. The responses I've been getting for this song have been ridiculous, and I just want to thank everybody that's been supporting this. I want to thank you guys for playing it and all the other radio stations that have been playing this. And man, I'm just glad that it's getting out there.
Well, man, it was an honor to have you on here. I know you're going to be sticking around for a bit, but you guys heard it right here, man. You hear the dedication in this guy's voice. Definitely support his stuff. A true independent artist doing his thing, and it's beautiful to see. So,
thank you.
Doc, man, you got anything else?
I don't got much right now, but stay wavy.
That's it, man. Peace.